Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew. In this video, I'm going to show you around our deluxe balcony cabin, which we stayed in during our short break on board P&O's Arcadia in December 2023. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Now for this cruise, we stayed on sea deck in a ED grade deluxe balcony on board Arcadia, cabin C170. Although situated close to the back of the ship, we never felt any movement. It was also a wonderfully quiet spot thanks to there being cabin-only decks both above and below us. Walking in, you encounter a small hallway area. This is where you'll find a number of wardrobes as well as a few shelving units. These offer a good amount of storage space, with a number of the wardrobes being a good height, so you're able to hang your suits and your full-length evening gowns without them creasing. A cool little feature is the fact that some of the wardrobes can convert into offering more shelving space, as these shelves can drop down and lock into place, which I thought was a nice little feature. Now within the set of fitted shelves, you'll find a small safe should you wish to store any valuables during your cruise. Plus there's a little tie rack here if you require it. Opposite you'll find the bathroom, which is a decent size but is a little dated in terms of its decor. You'll find a sink with a few spots to put your toothbrush and things like that, as well as some complimentary white company hand wash. Situated above the sink itself is a large mirror, but this side mirror actually pops open. This reveals a small set of shelves where you can store your toiletries, and is such a good idea as it helps keep the bathroom feeling nice and tidy as you don't have all your toiletries on display. If you're still struggling for space, then there's a large shelf under the sink itself, which we use to store bulky items such as our empty toiletry bags. Now, I love the fact that this cabin had its own bath, as you rarely find these in normal cabin grades. Sadly, it was a little scratched in places, although I'm sure that will be fixed during Arcadia's refit later this year. There's also a shower fitted in here as well, but sadly has a fabric shower curtain, which I'm never a fan of, but it's one of those things and not the end of the world. Moving into the bedroom portion of the cabin, you'll find a queen-size bed, which can also be arranged into two twin beds if you so wish. Now, Yayan and I both found this bed to be super comfortable, so I'm sure you're going to sleep well after a busy day on board Arcadia. Each bed has its own bedside table, which offers a nice amount of storage space to put in books and things like that. On one bedside table, you'll also find the cabin's telephone, should you wish to make any calls during your cruise. Sadly, there are no plugs or USB sockets near the bed at all, which is a bit of a shame. Opposite, you'll find a TV, which seemed fairly small for the size of cabin, but I don't think we ever used it besides watching the muster video on embarkation day, so I can't really comment on this as we were way too busy exploring Arcadia as well as Amsterdam. Stepping into the lounge area, we find a good sized sofa, which has a nice little coffee table as well. In addition to being really comfy, it was a great spot to look outside and take in the views from your balcony. Opposite, there's a small vanity desk which features a large mirror. The desk is also where you'll find those all-important tea and coffee making facilities. There's also a small book stand which has various booklets covering P&O's room service menu, cabin information and much more. Here is also where you'll find a couple plug sockets, although my biggest issue is the fact that there is only one UK plug socket in the whole cabin. Therefore, I'd recommend taking a few adapters or some power bricks like we did in order to keep everything charged. Underneath the desk, you'll find the cabin's mini fridge, which seemed to do a good job at keeping things cool. Opposite, there's a small set of shelves, which is where you can find the cabin's hairdryer, with Yayan saying it was fairly powerful. Finally, we step out onto the balcony, which was a great size and featured 2 upright deck chairs along with a small metal table. It's just a great spot and offers way more space in comparison to balconies on some of P&O's other ships like Britannia. Although some spots on the balcony did need some TLC, it's a fantastic space to sit back and relax with a good book and listen to the sound of Arcadia cutting through the waves. Overall, we really enjoyed this deluxe balcony cabin on board P&O's Arcadia. It may be a little dated at times, for instance the lack of sufficient plugs or USB sockets, as well as the overall decor being a little bit too brown and beige for my taste. However, I would happily stay in one of these cabins again, as it offers a good amount of storage space and the cabin and balcony itself felt really spacious, which I imagine becomes increasingly important on Arcadia's longer voyages and world cruises. So there you have it, our tour of our cabin on board P&O's Arcadia, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe because it's always appreciated. If you want to know more about cruising with Matthew, then check out my social media channels, the links are in the description below. I hope that you're doing well at the moment, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. So until next time, this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.